Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today this video is about the reaction of people when a new camera comes out, with a special message of love and tenderness to these embittered people, sour people who that just hate this moment of a new camera. So keep calm, no problem, listen, maybe that will help you being a bit less bitter, sour, okay? So let's be serious. We're going to see the reaction and what to do. So let's start. When a new camera comes out, nowadays it's a bit different than before, because before there were some special event like Photokina in Germany or in Paris or in Las Vegas, and there was special presentation of the new camera. Nowadays, and also at that time, also in magazine, but nowadays it's a bit different. Everything happens online, especially on YouTube. So we get a lot of information all of a sudden about a new camera. Everyone speaks about it. And the last one to be really massive communication about it is the Fujifilm X106. But it's not the only one. We watch, I would say more than read, watch a lot of things about the Hasselblad 907X with the 100 megapixel back. Also last summer, the Alpha 7C Mark II and Alpha 7C R. Well, there are many cameras. Every time Alpha 9 Mark III also, every time there is a new camera, there is a lot of information and many type of reactions. And I would like to speak about this, not to give you my opinion about the situation, but also to know about your reaction. What is your opinion about all this? If it's helpful, if it's problematic, if you like it, if you don't like it, all this. So let's speak about it. I think there are two sides. One is the professional, and I don't speak about a professional as profession, but as what he does. He has a channel that could be YouTube channel, Twitch, whatever, and he communicates, that person communicates about photo gear. And maybe it's his full-time job, maybe it's not, it's irrelevant, but he places himself as a communicator about information, opinion, all this. And then there is the individual that has no communication channel, but that person does participate in different ways, can comment on the videos or in Facebook groups, or maybe sometimes place a post in Facebook and give opinion. But really, it's not a person that develop a big content to publish and have many people listening. It's just someone who participates in something that already exists or is already published. Okay, that two sides, they can be against each other or they can complement each other. We're going to see that. Okay, I leave aside the printed press. Why? Because actually there is no bi-directional feedback, in the way that someone reads the magazine but he doesn't type in the magazine his answer or his opinion, so we don't know about it. When we look at online media, straight away you can see reaction and have opinion. Okay, so let's dig in this. When we speak at content creators like YouTubers, I think there are 5 categories. First, there are the people that are really over enthusiastic, because actually they are paid reviewers. They can be ambassador of a brand, or they get paid and they don't tell the negative point, although they could maybe, but still I think they just push that's great, that's good, all this, only good things, and they are not really honest. They're just mercenary and they just sell you the product actually. Okay, then you have enthusiast people who are honest and not getting paid. They just love the product, just love the camera or the lens, whatever it is, and they just transmit how happy they are. Sometimes I've got this problem. It's not a problem, but sometimes I'm just being myself, you know. Like when I presented the Fujifilm X S20, some people asked me if I was paid by Fujifilm. I was not, and I actually bought the camera after the review because I love the camera. So yes, maybe I forgot to say some point that could be negative for some people, but for what I do with this camera, there was no really negative points. And we cannot forget we are all human, and sometimes we feel great about something and sometimes we don't feel great about something else, and that's it. Then you have some people who try to be as neutral as possible, and yeah, sometimes they're really neutral and they tell you all the good, all the bad, and they don't get enthusiastic or over negative. They just try to be as balanced as possible. I think all honest people try to do that. I try myself. It's not always possible because my character is a bit like, well, if I like it, I'll say it. If I don't like it, I'll say it also. And yeah, but there are some people who manage to do that, and they're great reviewers, no doubt. Then there are some people, they're negative, but they try to be yeah, logical. They explain why it's constructive. They tell you why they think this product is no good, and sometimes they're right on some points, and simply maybe then don't agree with what I say, or sometimes vice versa. They're enthusiastic and negative, but it's basically because we have different views on the product, or because we have a different way of using it, or maybe it's just because something that's important to them is not to me. For example, let's say someone says, oh, this camera has only 10 images per second, and they love to do really fast burst rate, and that's a problem for them. But I don't do that kind of picture in burst mode. So for me, that's no problem. So I will not see it as a negative point for me. And for them, they see it so negative, so that's a problem. But maybe their audience on their channel, they do the same kind of picture and they do expect a camera with this feature. So he has to warn that this is a problem that will not make it for them. So yeah, what can be negative for one is not for the other. For example, when I spoke about the Ricoh GR Mark III, I don't like that camera. I never said it was a bad camera, but I don't like it. So for me, it's really hard to be enthusiastic about the camera I don't like. But I never said it was a bad camera, so I try to be as neutral as possible. But for some people, there are some reasons I give that are not logical to them because they have a different way of using it. And then you have some buzz negative people. They just go the other way around as the mass. If everyone loves something, they automatically go negative about it. And if everyone says it's a bad product, they go positive about it. They just go the other way around, okay? These people, I've noticed it too, because I made a video that said, don't buy this camera. I didn't tell any specific camera. It was just to explain that when you explain the development of choosing a camera in your mind and why you should not buy it, explaining why, because maybe you're not ready for buying it, or it's not the camera for you, explain all that. But it's true that this title is a typical thing that people see it as a clickbait. But in journalism, we always say a title must be attractive and attract the reader, and then the first part must make them stay watching, okay, or reading. So for me, it's not a problem that a title is a bit clickbait, okay, but as long as the content goes along with the rest of the, as long as the video goes along with the title, obviously, okay. So these people have noticed that, and they always go buzzing with negative because that attracts a lot more than positive normally, okay. So I would say there are 5 categories. So the same as when you do ice skating competition, then normally when they score, they get rid of the highest note and the lowest score, okay? And they make the medium, the average over the rest. Well, I think with time, when you've seen many YouTubers, maybe that would help if you would do the same thing. Stop watching people who are over-optimistic always because they are clearly getting paid by the brand and they will never say anything negative, okay? And also get rid of these people that always say negative, except if they make you laugh, obviously. Why? Because they actually interfere with your opinion. Because I think it's important that you always watch several reviews, not just mine, but other YouTubers. So you create your own, you make your own opinion, you build it, listening to different things. And maybe I forgot to tell a point that was good and someone else tells it, or the other way around, bad point, whatever, and you make your own opinion. So watch several reviews always when you want to buy a product. But with time, you learn how to get rid of these people who just interfering with your opinion. So these were the 5 types of content creators. So let's speak about individuals. that comment under YouTube videos or in Facebook groups or things like this. Sometimes they publish themselves a post on Facebook, okay? But they normally don't create content, they just participate. So I think there are three types. First two, they are the person that's in favor of the product or completely agree with the video. People who are against the product, they don't agree with the product or they don't agree with the video. But in both cases, they do it in a constructive way. They bring some more information or they explain why they don't agree about the video or don't agree with the product. And very often they build a useful comment, they bring useful comment that actually help other people make the decision, or the YouTuber has forgotten some parts and someone, even if he's positive about the video and about the product, he had some information that is useful, or sometimes some negative points, but they were not told, and it's important to tell them. So these kind of people, they really bring something useful, and this is why I love YouTube and social networks when it is used this way, compared to television or to printed press, in the way that you don't have this feedback. In this situation, you have your audience that actually tell you their opinion, if they agree, don't agree, and bring new information that are useful. Sometimes we don't agree. They tell me things I don't agree, and I tell things that don't agree, but we keep friends, no problem. We may have different opinion, we cannot agree on everything, but it's brought in a such way that it's constructive. They bring things that are good to have this feedback and have their own opinion. So for me, I don't see any problem with that. The problem are the third kind of people who participate commenting. These people, they don't bring anything constructive, they just start insulting. They may insult directly the YouTuber, or insult the product, or insult people who buy the product. They just go hating. And we see that with the last Fujifilm X400 Mark 6. And you see people being insulted, telling that, yeah, you buy this for ego reason, you want to show off with your camera, people who buy this camera are just plain idiots. They insult people. So I don't understand this reaction. I don't understand this. No, I don't understand at all. And you notice that this happens only with products that have success. If it's a camera that is being sold but that is not much success, these people, they don't show up commenting and insulting anyone, they just don't appear. But when a product has success, they need to say it's bad and people are stupid and they should not buy all this. It means like, it looks like they just get sick if a product is successful. They cannot accept it, okay? And I don't understand this attitude. Why, when a product is has success, you need to go and insult people who buy it. It's nonsense, okay? And my question is, to these people who actually, start insulting this way. You don't like this camera, okay? Any camera. Has anyone obliged you to buy it? Do you have to buy it? No. No, you don't have to, okay? So, why does it bother you? Is it your problem? Is it your money? No. Sometimes people, they get a bit aggressive, but I think it's in a positive way. It's just the way they do it that is not too good, but what they bring to the table is good. I'll give you an example. When I bought my Leica M8, at that time YouTube was just starting, but no one was watching actually YouTube, so we're using forum on internet, and that's it. And no one said that the Leica M8 had a serious problem with infrared, and if you would make a picture of black fabrics, it would appear like violet, and no one told it until Leica acknowledged the problem, and they were giving away 2 filters to block infrared. Just 2, you had to buy if you need extra. And many people will start to be really angry at reviewers who had never told the problem when they had the camera a couple of months before the presentation. And they all said the same thing. They said, sorry guys, but we saw the problem, but we were under contract and Leica said not to tell anything about it. because it would be sold when the production product will be in the shops. So we didn't say anything because it was pre-production, and this is what they told us until the product was sold and the problem was still there. So yes, I understand that in this situation, when you've bought a camera like this, you get really mad because no one told it and people knew it, but they were not honest because they had to respect a contract. So they were honest with the contract, but not with you. So I understand in this situation. But these kind of people, they don't insult the buyer. They actually insult the brand or the camera for not being honest. Okay, so that's a bit different. And I ask these people that start insulting others, do you feel you are more clever than others to call them idiot for buying a product you don't like? Who are you to be, who are these guys for deciding who is clever, who is not? That's nonsense, okay? Sometimes we may get angry, but I remember complaining about people that were clapping like monkeys, I said, for the Canon R5 because they were clapping for the 8K video. I thought it was stupid because what's important was the rest of the camera, which is a brilliant camera. And actually, the 8K video was overheating. It's been solved since. But at that time, people were clapping for a product that feature didn't really work for normal use, okay? So I was thinking, well, that's a bit stupid, okay? But I think this is different. That don't insult someone for buying a camera. If they want to buy it, they buy it, okay? So I see also many people that say, yeah, you buy this camera for ego reason. You want to have this camera to be showing off. Yeah, obviously there are some people who will buy the latest X106 by Fujifilm or Leica Hasselblad. They just want to show off the logo or this. But this is a small minority. Most people buy this camera because they like them, they feel that this is the camera for them, they want it, they can afford it, and they buy it. And that's it. And that's it. So it's got nothing to do with ego, okay? And also some people say, if you buy a Leica or buy a Hasselblad or you put 2,000 euros, almost 1,800 euros in a Fujifilm with a prime lens, you cannot even change, and it's because you are rich. No, some people are rich, they have the money, they buy, but some people, they're not especially rich, have a normal job, they simply manage their money in a different way as these haters are doing. Maybe they don't go on vacation, or they work extra hours to get more money, or they don't go to the restaurant every 2 days, or they don't spend much petrol money, or they don't have expensive clothes. They just want to save money to buy the camera they want to have. That's no problem, okay? So that's the way it is. It's not a matter of being rich. It is a matter of spending the money in a different way. Same thing with people who want to show off with their gear. There are some, but also for cars and houses and plane tickets. And some people just buy first class because they want to show people that they have first class, and others buy it because they can afford it and they feel it's more comfortable. And that's it. That's the way it is, okay? So these haters, they cannot put everyone into the same basket, and there are many people buying really expensive cameras and they're not sacrificing their life for it. Simply they manage their money a different way. They're not necessarily really rich, they just manage their money a different way, as these haters are doing, and that's it. Everyone is free to spend the money the way they want. And this guy could also criticize that you're spending expensive money on expensive clothes, and after you complain you don't have money for the camera. So, well, that's the way it is, okay? And my question is, in what way are these haters affected by what other people buy? If I don't like a camera, does it affect me that someone else buys it? No, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't change anything. I would not buy a Ferrari or Bugatti even if I had the money for it, because I'm not really attracted by that kind of cars or expensive cars. I would not spend money on that, okay? But if I see a guy that is happy with the Bugatti, I'm happy with him. That's fine. That's his money. As long as he's insured, so if he crashes my car, I don't have any problem. That's fine for me, okay? So I don't see what the problem is. I don't see it. So why do they spend so much energy and time insulting people who buy a product they don't like. For me, I see only a couple of reasons. First, they have a really sad life. They are bitter people, sour people, and also because they're jealous. They're jealous. Actually, they would probably like to have this camera. They cannot afford it, so they go insulting. It's really childish. But there are many people doing this, and that's stupid. When you insult these people, telling them they buy it for ego reason or for many other for money reason or whatever, you're just not insulting them. You are speaking about yourself as a person that has a sad life. Okay, we all agree on one point: you don't need the latest camera to make great pictures. You don't need the most expensive camera. But some people would like to have it, they can afford it, or they manage to afford it, they buy it, and that's it. And does it affect my life? It doesn't. For me, it's good if you've seen something that is wrong with the camera and you communicate on it. But otherwise, it's not your money, it's not your problem. And many of us have realized that when you die, you don't bring your money to the coffin. So we like a product, whatever it is, we can afford it, or we manage to afford it, we buy it, and we're happy with it. And that's it. And yeah, that's the way it is. I don't see what the problem is. So for me, the conclusion is live and let people live their life. Live your life and let people live theirs. So that's simple. So I don't understand this attitude. So this is my opinion, but I would like to know yours. Tell me what you think about this, the way some YouTubers are managing the situation with new cameras, their opinion, the way they manage this, and also about reaction of general public. In that comment, the attitude, all this. I'd like to know if you agree, if you disagree, and friend the same way. If you don't agree with me, no problem. But bring this to the table, because I think it's always interesting to have this feedback about what people feel or see from content creators, about their opinion, what they feel and think about new products, all this. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave your links on my gear on Amazon, links of everything I reviewed by K&F Concept, Sandmarc, and Flashes by Westcott. More affiliated links, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.